How being smart is a curse. Being smart means you worry about things a lot. You think about things way too much. You struggle to make decisions. You get stressed out about potential problems you might encounter down the road. Intelligence often seems like an unalloyed good, but literature warns it can be a trap. Great thinkers and stories illustrate that our smarts can create illusions of control, paralysis of analysis, or even arrogance toward others. For example, ancient myth, Shakespearean tragedy, and Russian literature each highlight a dark side of brilliance. We will explore three famous examples: Oedipus Rex, Hamlet, and Crime and Punishment, to see how each reveals a different problem with being smart. By the end, we'll draw lessons for breaking the curse through humility and empathy. Illusion of control. In the myth of Oedipus, a young hero uses his great intelligence to solve the Sphinx riddle. What walks on four legs in the morning, two at noon, three in the evening, and frees the city. As a reward, he becomes a king and marries the widowed Queen Jocasta. Oedipus believes he has outwitted the fate, especially after fleeing Corinth to avoid a prophecy. Yet he unknowingly kills his real father, Laius, at a crossroads and marries his mother. In trying to avoid the oracle's curse, his every clever action will pay it instead. Sophocles' tragedy shows that knowledge and planning give only the illusion of control. Even Oedipus' smarts cannot prevent the dark destiny he fears. In fact, every clue he uncovers destroys him. The more Oedipus learns, the harder truths he uncovers. The most his world unrolls and the more powerless he feels. Paralysis by analysis. In Shakespeare's Hamlet, Prince Hamlet is highly intelligent and thoughtful, but this awareness immobilizes him. The ghost of Hamlet's father reveals that Claudius murdered him by pouring poison into his ear. Hamlet swears vengeance, but then hesitates. He worries that the ghost might be deceptive, that killing Claudius would make him as guilty as his uncle, and that acting rashly could damn his own soul. In searching for perfect certainty, Hamlet delays action. Scholars note that Hamlet has been long seen as a play about indecisiveness. The expected revenge is constantly postponed as Hamlet seeks more proof. Hamlet's sharp mind ponders every consequence, turns over every doubt, and even refrains from killing Claudius when the opportunity arises. Because Claudius is praying and could go to heaven if killed then. In short, Hamlet's intelligence traps him in analysis, rendering him paralyzed by overthinking. His excessive knowledge of ethics and metaphysics forces him to consider all angles so much that he cannot act decisively. Arrogance and isolation. Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment portrays a brilliant but proud student, Raskolnikov. He despises the ordinary people around him and convinces himself that he is an extraordinary man who can break moral laws for a higher purpose. Raskolnikov plots to murder a pawnbroker, an old woman he calls a louse, believing that her death will remove a burden on our society and that he alone can use the crime's proceed for great good. His theory echoes the idea that extraordinary men have the right to commit any crime, to force civilization onward. After he kills her, however, he is haunted by guilt, paranoia, and disgust. Dostoevsky shows that Raskolnikov's intellectual arrogance isolates him. Thinking himself about normal morality leads him into loneliness and despair. Believing he knows better than anyone else backfires horribly. It also illustrates a dangerous logic. If one claims such superiority, then anyone smarter could claim the same over him. Raskolnikov's file teaches that viewing knowledge as power over others is a path to tragedy. Breaking the curse. Each of the stories suggests the remedy is intellectual humility. Being smart isn't a curse by itself, but forgetting our limits can make it one. Modern thinkers define intellectual humility as recognizing the limits of one's knowledge and acknowledging one's fallibility. In practice, breaking the curse means accept uncertainty. Even the cleverest plans can fail. Hamlet reminds us that few situations come with guarantees. Accepting uncertainty allows action instead of endless doubt. Act when needed. Don't let over analysis freeze you. Imperfect action with what you know can be better than waiting for perfect information. Stay humble. Admit that you don't have all the answers. Cultivating humility is Socrates did by claiming, I neither know nor think I know. Prevents pride that doomed Raskolnikov. Empathize. Recognize other people's value. Avoid the trap of seeing others as mere obstacle or failures. Remember that everyone is fallible. By acknowledging the knowledge has limits and empathizing with others, we can use intelligence without being haunted by its pitfalls. In doing so, we harness the benefits of being smart and keep its curses at bay.